with open space, it's a bit different to normal types of meeting. And what it's about is enabling and empowering the participants to decide what they want to do without any sort of input from anybody else. So there's nobody guiding them in that sense. So what happens is everybody sits around in a circle, and then people are invited to come to the middle of the circle and write up their ideas. And then they go and post them on a wall called the marketplace, where they put their ideas up in different time slots. And then when that's happened, when everybody's done that, they then go to breakout spaces, and the person that has the idea leads a short meeting for 20 minutes, and they talk about their idea and try and flesh it out a bit more and say what would happen. And anyone can go to any meetings, so there's no sort of arrangement. That's where you get the chaos idea. So the one rule of open space is that if you're not learning anything, or if you're not contributing anything, you use the law of 2 feet, which means you walk away and do something else. So it was a bit difficult for some of the teachers, I think, because as you know, teachers like to control things, and so it is a bit
definitely
of a chaotic thing, but it does have a repeating pattern. So after the first round, I think the kids, they learnt how to do it, and we got over, I don't know I can't remember now how many ideas we got out. I think it was over 200 ideas, I think.
It was absolutely fascinating to watch, the students moving around and you say making use of that rule of 2 feet, deciding that this I'm not very interested in this idea, I'm going to move on to that one over there looks very engaging. They all seem very excited over by that table. I'm going to shift over there and see if I can contribute something there.
Yeah. And the idea of open space really is about people being able to do things for themselves. So it fits with the Head Start theme of resilience. So it's about people, what we call agency, people being free to choose to do what they want to do and carry it out. So that's what it's all about, giving people more agency and power, if you like, even young kids.
Did it match up to expectations? What were your expectations going into that event?
There's always that moment in open space when you invite people to come and do it themselves, and there's always that sort of pause between they actually get up off their seats and come and do it. So I was a bit concerned at that point for those, I think it was about 10 seconds before the kids started running towards the centre. But
it's like waiting for someone to dance at a wedding, isn't it? It's that sort of moment. Is anyone actually going to venture onto the dance
floor? But it's always, I've done it a few times and it always seems to work. And why not work with kids? I mean, we did have some professionals from different creative organisations as well, working with the kids and putting their own ideas up as well. So it wasn't totally, unstructured, but it was because open space is structured. It just allows people space to move around, as hence the name, and do things themselves within that structure. So yeah, it's a good technique for anybody really, from 10-year-olds to 80-year-olds who want to solve a problem or want to do something for themselves and have ownership of it. And I think that's what Head Start's about, basically.
And it was great to see some of the youngest children and the older children sort of working side by side on an idea and bringing their different perspectives. The perspective of a 14-year-old versus the perspective of a 9-year-old.
Yeah, and we did have I think I remember now, we had an ex-head teacher actually organising the marketplace, and she was at one point overwhelmed by the number of ideas that are coming towards her. So it was.
We've got some great photos of that marketplace. I'll try and drop one in alongside this when we post the interview.
Yeah, the photographs really show what really happened.
Yeah, far more interesting than the most average meetings that you sit in, certainly.